Hi, Aunt Val. My mom told me that you were having some shoulder pain lately, and I can relate because I was diagnosed this year with bicipital tendonitis in my left shoulder, and I worked at a physical therapy clinic for like 9 months. And I got to learn all of these exercises and get all of this free physical therapy for how to help my shoulder. So I thought I would just share some of it with you in case you want to try it to see if it helps you. Maybe my mom can look at it too, and she can be helped, and it'll just be good for posterity for me to make the video, because I'm going to put it up on YouTube and then anybody can look at it. This is all very general stuff for the shoulder and for the neck that I learned that I do for myself, and that's all. And you can just take or leave whatever you feel. The first one, you're just doing arm movements, right? So it's palm up versus palm down. You go palm up, like that. Palm down, go the other way. Go as far back behind you as you can reach when you get to the wall. You go up and down. Go ahead and you need to get your reps in. I recommend in general, when you're doing something like this, not to go too hard on your joints. Because, as you see me, I'm very mobile. I'm almost hypermobile. But this is just the extreme ends of the movement. You could do this very effectively, just like this. If it's bothering your shoulder to move at all, just do the gestures. Go palm up, just move up, as if, sternum forward, you're just lifting things up from the palm of your hand. A weight up with the palm of your hand, and back down. You don't need to go all the way up. You can if you can make it. 3 sets of 10 will do. That's the first one. Next, a few neck stretches real quick. One is called the upper trap stretch. So reach your arm around and pull your head to the side like this. Well, you hear my quickly crackly? And just sit and breathe. Hold for 30 seconds. This is stretching down into my back here, my upper traps. So I'm feeling a side neck stretch, and it goes down into my back the longer I hold it. It used to be that my shoulder was in a totally different position, actually, because of violin. It had been sort of frozen in a position kind of back here. And so when I first started to do this stretch, it was the only way that I could get my shoulder to relax at first. So that's something you could consider. Take it slow with the stretch. If it feels painful or it sounds noisy, just take it easy and go slow and just breathe. Let the force mechanics of your arm and the position that you're in guide you into a more complete version of the stretch. This is a good one I'm getting right now. Oh boy. It's good. Okay, so that's upper trap stretch. Do it 30 seconds for 3 times on each side. That's the upper trap stretch. And then we can do a levator scap stretch. So turn your head, sniff the armpit, pull your head down. Hold for 30 seconds. Do 3 times. This is one that I should do more. Immediately I'm feeling a lot of tightness in here, and the position of my right shoulder wants to change. All good. 30 seconds, 3 times. Go slow, breathe, and be gentle. It should never be painful, it should only feel good. And if you have a baseline of pain where these positions are uncomfortable, just try not to add to it. Right? Try to listen to the muscles, what's possible for them in the moment. Find where you have a point of tension that feels elastic. Focus your breathing there. And you can deepen the stretch. So that's levator scap stretch. One more is called the stargazing stretch, which is where you peek out the corner of your eye like this, like you're looking cute, and you just hang out like that. Over time, the longer I'm peering out this way, the more my neck starts to extend to take the pressure off of my optic nerve. I think that's what it is, because it's subconscious. I just look out that way, as if I want to go out the corner of my eye over there. I'm looking. Over time, the pressure comes off my eye, and I start to stretch out here. This is the upper trap stretch. I'm sorry, the stargazing stretch. You can do that on both sides too, and on this side. I really recommend that you try to do the full thing. Do 30 seconds and do it 3 times. Nobody wants to do that. At the physical therapy clinic, nobody wanted to do it. We had to give everybody timers so that they would hold on long enough. And it's the same with the reps. That, you know, it's not gonna feel good to do more than 1 or 2 or 10. You should do 3 sets of 10. And it's that force of command that says, this is what's happening. We're gonna do these reps right now. And you do them all and hold for the full 30 seconds. Be gentle with yourself and receptive to how you're feeling in every step of the way. But get through the reps and actually count the sets. That's my recommendation. That's me playing harsh disciplinarian in this video. That's the best way to get the results if you're in pain, even though it's an uncomfortable road. So then, now we turn. I want to show you the wall for a couple of things. I guess first thing, I'll use a foam roller. If you have a foam roller, that's great. If you don't, you should get one for this one, because I think this is such a good exercise. You put the foam roller against the wall. Can you see how I am here? And I'm just pressing into the sides of my hands directly forward into the wall, like this. The actual exercise involves rolling up and down like this. That's the exercise. But you don't need to go up very high. When I first started doing this, I couldn't do it because my shoulder was almost totally frozen and I needed to develop muscles in my mid-back in order for this one to work. So that I just sat there, I planted my feet, and I just focused on keeping the sides of my hands pressing in to the foam roller. Gradually, I started to work my way up and just roll like this, okay? 3 sets of 10 rolls, as high as you feel comfortable going. I start at a chest height and go up to my head, but you could also put it up at eye level and reach up higher, depending on what feels comfortable for you and where you're feeling the pain when needs to actually, you know, loosen up more. That's the foam roller exercise. Then this is called a weighted ball. This is Heavy Med. This is a 2 kilogram ball, which is heavier than you need probably. I'm using a heavier one because I already practiced this a whole bunch at the clinic. These are called wall circles. It's just a weighted exercise ball that's like hand-sized. It could even be a massage ball, but it would just be a little bit hard. You want something with a little soft in it. We're going straight arm, right? Hold it right there, no further. See? I'm doing clockwise circles in the palm of my hand from a straight arm. And I'm keeping this pressing into the wall. And I'm gonna do 3 sets of 10 in each direction. And I'm gonna do that on both sides. It's real good. All right. Wall circles. When I first started doing them, they were really super uncomfortable. I'm trying to think what I could give you that would help a good note. I closed my eyes. When I first did it, I closed my eyes a lot. I think that's really helpful because I close my eyes, I can really focus on the force mechanics of my body and what I'm feeling, where I'm using my most strength at any given moment. Any part of the body that we need to loosen up, that we need to stretch, there's a corresponding area that needs to strengthen in order for that area to become unburdened. So for me, the left shoulder being especially painful, there was stuff in the mid-back that I needed to strengthen. If I focus on the strengthening part, the pressure just naturally balances out that way. And now I have more space here on my shoulder. So I'm really grateful for that. It makes it easier for me to work with myself if I close my eyes and I'm feeling more of what I'm doing. A lot of people don't do that very much. That's why the PTs work on people a lot. You know, they can physically go in and find the areas that are tight and give people targeted exercise. But we all as individuals have an ability to, you know, soothe and nourish ourselves in this way if we have a will to do it and kind of put up with the discomfort of what our body is experiencing. So if you have the patience for it, close your eyes, press the ball into the wall. Start with whatever size of circle you can manage. If 3 sets of 10 feels excruciatingly unmanageable, then definitely cut it down. But it's important that you do reps, because one of the things that's happening is you're creating new habits in your motor pathways. And in order for those to start to take shape subconsciously and reformat your musculature, they need to go through repetitions so that it starts to become a path of least resistance for the electricity that's firing in your nervous system. If we're not actually exercising those new pathways, it won't change. There's amazing neuroplasticity and ability to adapt and change the body if we have the will to actually go in and do it. Okay. A couple more little things. This one is called an isometric shoulder. This is such a, this is a great one, okay? This is a great exercise. And it's super simple. I'm just using a washcloth. I'm folding it up so that it has some cushion in it. And now I'm gonna do this in 4 directions. I'm just holding, okay? I'm finding 90 degrees from my elbow. And now, as if I'm just punching into the wall, I'm punching straight into the wall, trying to keep my wrist straight so that I'm not exercising my wrist to do this. The only thing that I'm exercising here is my shoulder. I'm using my chest quite a lot and my back. I'm engaged here in the torso. I'm not engaging the muscles of my wrist to push. I'm trying to find an area where the structure of my wrist on its own is helping me pass the strength of the exercise back into my shoulder and into my back. I'm holding it for 30 seconds. Actually, no, that's not what the PT's recommended for this. 5 seconds, relax. 5 seconds, relax. And do your reps like that. Maybe do 2 sets of 10 of these, counting 5-second holds on each one. Now that's the first direction. The next direction you would turn so that now this is, I'm pushing directly to my left, into my elbow, right? I'm really feeling this in my shoulder a lot, my left shoulder. And I'm just holding it and doing pumps, 5 seconds at a time. And we do the elbow behind us. Here, I'll switch arms so you can see better, like this. So I'm pushing directly back, counting to 5, relaxing. Counting to 5, relaxing. Yeah. And then last one goes, what is it? It's this one. Yeah. So on the outside of your wrist, and you're pushing out. This is maybe the hardest one. It might be hard on your wrist, depending on how you feel. If you're getting cues at any given point, like getting painful cues, pain shouldn't be over a 5 or a 6 out of 10. We need to suffer through an amount of pain if our baseline is really unmanageable and we need to move. So there's going to be pain. But if you start feeling fairly comfortable, you start to do your exercise, and then you start to experience pain that is going above a 5 or a 6, it's too much. We don't want you in that. So start to take it easier on yourself and work in a more manageable level of discomfort. That's first thing. Another thing is bone cracks. Everybody in PT was scared of their bones cracking. Everything was going crickety-crackety, and the joints were popping, and almost every single patient was upset and thought that their body was wrong because their bones were cracking. And every PT says the same thing, which is that it's totally fine. There's nothing going, it's fine. You know, that's to be expected that it happens. If there's pain associated with the crack or the pop, it's another story. But just because you're doing a new pattern of movement and like your, I guess your ligaments and like your, I don't even know what it is going on in the body, all the fascia, and the ways that your tendons are negotiating with your joints is very conditioned to your normal habitual patterns of movement. So as soon as you do a difficult exercise self-awarely, that's in a new pattern, you might hear some weird sounds while your body's like, that's calcified in a certain way, makes some new patterns. And it's totally okay and not hurtful, as long as it's not hurting you. I think that's it. I love you, and Val. Good luck.